Yeah, so now here we go. My topic is, yeah. So my topic is innovation in the management of PCOS. Dr. Ramani has given us such a, really very in-depth knowledge of the nutrition. She's made my job very, short. In fact, my talk. So, dear friends, you all know that it is easy to gain and hard to lose. It is nothing but fat. So very apt to PCOS. So what is really PCOS? And everybody has been talking. It's a generic description of broad spectrum of clinical and morphological findings in a lady. And there's a lot of dysfunction of the endocrine system, specifically abnormal androgen production and metabolism. So now nearly about 10% of women are affected, and I must say this is one of the most common endocrinopathy in a woman of reproductive age group. It's very important. So now let us go to some latest guidelines. Even Dr. Jaideep Tang said that it's a syndrome of controversies and confusion. So there was this ISHRE meeting at Barcelona very recently in 2018, and about more than 20 societies together, in which our FOXY and our PCOS society all are involved, and they came to a conclusion regarding the management of the PCOS syndrome. Now, it's a major challenge. You understand that. So the most common endocrine disorder, and I told you what a huge percentage it involves. So what do we really have in this endocrine problem is mainly it is hyperandrogenemia and hyperinsulinemia, and this hyperinsulinemia is because of insulin resistance. There's obesity, and then we also have premature LH surge. So we need to tackle all this. Now coming to the management, lifestyle interventions or lifestyle modifications, that's what we say. And in this category, we have behavioral strategies, dietary interventions, very important, exercise, and obesity and weight assessment. So when I see all these things, I strongly believe in lifestyle interventions. And basically, we have to make our patients understand that a hypocaloric diet and along with exercise, if they just do one thing, it's not really enough. They have to combine in the appropriate way. So now we have really one should understand in life. There are so many things we need to understand, that health is first, then everything else. So cherries are very good for health. Now, effectiveness of lifestyle intervention, it actually depends on how serious the patient is to understand this, how properly the counseling by the doctor is done. All this is very important. And we should really give them the counseling before we start any intervention to these patients. So as I told you, hypocaloric diet, exercise. Now, when you tell your patients about exercise, it's not just for a week or 20 days. I always tell my patients, listen, you have to exercise till you die. I may sound a little harsh, but then they like it because I'm telling them what all can happen with PCOS later on. They may they have infertility problems, then they may have gestational diabetes, and then they may have diabetes as such. Then all the cardiovascular problems, and ultimately they'll have so many renal failure, stroke. We have to make them understand in the right way, and we have to spend time with them to make them understand. And these days, girls also do alcohol and smoking. We need to tell them to curtail or completely stop it. And in case it is you're a very busy obstetrician or gynecologist, and it's not possible for you to give so much time, then you can always refer them to professionals like nutritionist or some health specialist, etc. Now, I like this one. This is the effectiveness lifestyle intervention, and this is SMART, that is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So we have to make them set a goal, and please tell your patients to do what they like, especially the exercise, so that they continue for a longer time. So I generally tell, because I have a separate PCOS specialized clinic in my center, so I get a lot of these adolescent PCOS patients, and then I tell them that you choose whatever you want. You want to do dance, you want to do skipping, you want to jog, and don't push them to some gym and, very routine things. Actually, most of the women, they like change, so just let them do. But one thing, they have to continue and they have to make you after a few days. Then another very important aspect in PCOS is a psychological factor like anxiety, depressive symptoms, body image concern. I have seen so many patients having a tendency to suicide. Can you believe it? But we need to tell them, and because they're so depressed, they keep on eating, and they see they're just very idle, not doing any work. Again, that makes them depressed. Again, they eat. So it's a vicious cycle, and we have to cut that. We have to, in today's era, we have to value women's individualized healthy lifestyle preferences. We can't force them something. And also we need to, really think about their cultural, socio-economic and ethnic differences. So really, what is the amount of weight loss, ideal amount of weight loss? Maybe it's not known really, but maybe at 5% decrease of body weight may be clinically meaningful. So now we are telling this girl, eat less, wash your face, low carb, low fat, low taste, wax, shave, laser, keto. And then at the end, we are also telling them, just relax. So what do these girls do? Now I have two innovative products from this company known as Ambrosia. And as I thanked Mr. Ramesh Patodia, who is the brainchild of these products, this is one which I'm not going to go into detail because it may require 2 to 3 hours for this product. This is known as iSlim treatment. This is for obese PCOS patients. And all over the India, there are few doctors who have initially we have used it, like Dr. Narendra Malhotra, Jatin Shah, and so many others. And you can see in the table that each and every lady who has taken this have reduced a few, at least in my center, at least 9 to 10, but on an average they have reduced about 13 to 14 kgs of weight. Very useful, because many people ask me, madam, what do we give? What do we give? So here's a simple nutrition which will bring down the weight of the patients, and this contains nothing but proteins, amino acid drops and protein powder, and then along with it they have to do a little bit of dieting and all. Everything is there in the kit. They also give an app, and then you can see the app and do accordingly. If you want more details, you all can contact me too. Now I am going to come to another very important dietary product which is good for PCOS. And even in our infertility patients, this ovulation induction can be done with just a dose of 2 grams per day. And so what is the clinical evidence of myoinositol in PCOS women? As we all know, there is a lot of hyperinsulinemia, etc. So myoinositol will decrease the hyperinsulinemia, improve glucose utilization, reduce insulin resistance, reduce severity of acne and hirsutism, improve pregnancy rate and live birth rate. So now, why do we want to give myoinositol? Because I tell you, inositol is already there in our body, and in cases of PCOS subjects, they are losing more than 5 times of the inositol through the urine than compared to the normal women. So we have to replace this inositol. We have inositol in the form of myo-inositol in the products that we get in the brands. That is the reason that we need to supplement myo-inositol. So there are many studies which say that myo-inositol is very effective, and ovulation induction is there, and pregnancies with and also there is a good amount of weight loss. And if we add clomiphene to this or letrozole, the results are much better. So this myo-inositol increases insulin sensitivity by 84%, and serum total testosterone decreases by 66%, and serum free testosterone was decreased by 73%. So it does all these changes, and then when we compare myo-inositol to metformin, myo-inositol is 85% more better when we think of spontaneous ovulation. Now we have this Mullerian inhibiting substance. So this myo-inositol immediately reduces, but metformin will take 3 to 4 months. GI side effects are not there with myo-inositol, and malabsorption of vitamin B12 is also not there. So now, as Dr. Ramani Devi very correctly said, that we have a lot of natural sources of myo-inositols, and it is commonly found in the fruit, especially the grapefruit. But in the leafy vegetables, it is lowest. Generally, we tell the obese girls to eat leafy vegetables, etc. But in that, the myo-inositol is low, and it is there in all the food containing seeds. So these are like beans, almonds, walnuts, they are the highest. Now we come to the second innovative product, and that is the Protisol. And this is a novel treatment for insulin-resistant PCOS. And I'm very happy and privileged to tell you all that this product has been a patent award-winning product. So congratulations to this team. Now Protisol has given excellent results in insulin resistance, and they have also got the innovative nutraceutical product of the year from Sims Medica, and restores ovulation in 100% of the females. This is something which really took me by surprise. How can it be? But then there is evidence. So what does Protisol really contain? Myo-inositol, protein, folic acid, 25 plus vitamins, magnesium, zinc, fiber. So the whole is more than the sum of its parts. It's that the beauty is that. And then supplementing all the deficiencies that are present in a PCOS subject. So some more details about Protisol. It is a pea-based protein and plant-based protein. And as far as our country is concerned, India, we always feel that plant-based products are really good. And protein is, we know, important in diet control. But I like the lecture of Dr. Ramani, where she said at least 40 to 50% should be carbohydrate. I completely agree. We just cannot put the patient on total protein, otherwise we'll have a keto. So protein will help to regulate blood sugar, insulin production, and also weight control. And when we use these plant-based proteins, they're free of many other things like cholesterol, saturated fats, high in fiber, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and essential amino acids. Now, how does it work? Whenever I told you about the excess of excretion of inositol, so protein, folic acid, and all these other micronutrients help these patients who are excreting all those minerals. And what it does is it reverses the metabolic imbalance by supplementing the nutrients. Now we have a very excellent trial of cortisol in none other than our Rainbow Hospital, Agra, under the leadership of Dr. Narendra Malhotra and Dr. Niharika. Here in this trial, the conclusion was 100% result in ovulation in 2 months, and they had a huge number of patients. So this is quite a good study, I must say, that in 123 patients, 101 patients had a weight loss in first 2 months, ranging from 1 to 2.5 kgs. Now, 52 patients with irregular cycles, after 2 months of treatment, all patients started having regular cycles. See, that is another very big concern, the irregular cycles, and especially in this age group, they're worried and whether they're pregnant, etc. So if they start getting this regular cycles is such a relief. Now, encouraging results also in acne, hirsutism, blood glucose, and weight loss were observed. And when they continued this treatment, there were better results. So, dear friends, with 2 doses of 2 grams each, patient gets 4 grams of aminoxetol per day, which is the minimum recommended dosage for treatment of PCOS. Actually, most of the products that we give, it is just about 500 in the morning, 500 in the evening. So it's just around 1 gram, but the dosage is much more. Now, what does this do? Cortisol, I'm just summarizing it. The hormones become normal, menstrual cycles become regular, egg quality improves, increases SHBG levels, testosterone levels decreases, improves insulin sensitivity, decreases LH levels, induces weight loss, manages hirsutism, induces ovulation, prevents gestational diabetes. So dosage